Some people are getting excited about the recent, well, bounce on BTC around 47K, if I'm not mistaken, but others still remain cautious because we still remain bearish. And since a lot have been liquidated over the past few days, the sentiment remains a little bit worrisome, to be fair. And I do understand that most of you are probably a little bit worried as well. What is really going to happen with the Bitcoin? Because obviously that leads the rest of the cryptocurrency market. We've seen very good explosive moves today, 20%, 30% up, and others still remain a little bit more bearish than those who have seen a very good upside. And the question is now is, why are we not moving up again as a few weeks back, since, we are now recovering and we're now going to continue higher? Well, before we answer this, I think it's paramount that we understand where exactly we are currently on this cycle and whether this indeed is the rebound that we've been expecting, or whether we're going to see another leg on the downside. Both possibilities are probable. One of those probabilities might have a little bit more of sees a little bit more of an upside. The other one sees a little bit more of a downside. I'm going to explore both of those here today at Elliott Waves on Cryptos. Do note that this is not investment advice, and your research is always recommended. Let's get right to the charts. Okay, guys, let's be honest. We have not finished wave 5 yet. So, according to my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to be when the bullish cycle is going to end. Then we're going to see a large correction down in wave 2, and from there continue higher up to, well, whatever everybody has been thinking, but yes, to the 500,000 and perhaps even to the million mark. But this is long term, okay? So let's really see what's happening in the medium term and also in the short term. As I've said, to me, we are still in wave 5 of this impulse move to the upside. Internally, 1, 2, 3 waves have definitely finished. And now we have two scenarios, whether 4 is going to get done early, down and continue in 5, or 4 was done and will continue higher. These are the two most probable scenarios I am suspecting and analyzing, right, are going to have high probabilities of happening. That doesn't necessarily mean it will be one or the other. It could be something else as well, because markets are dynamic, and as they move up and down, we are able to make better conclusions based on the on price action. So let's go a little bit closer now and analyze those two scenarios, okay? Because in my opinion, we still haven't managed to break above that previous high, okay? Even on the sort of trend line perspective, as well as really stayed here, just like creating fresh highs, but really getting rejections from bears. So let's jump down into let's go on the 4-hour charts, and we're going to see really what we're expecting and why. Okay, as you well know, I am a fan of Elliott waves, and I'm looking at the particular levels that each wave is finishing. So with that said, over here, guys, you see that the correction in wave 2 left us with a, well, I would say 85% correction over here between intermediate waves 1 and 2. Yeah, and we are in the last impulse move on the upside, 5 wave impulse to the upside. What this means, if we follow the Gala factor nation, is that wave 4 is likely to end around 15% from the top of wave 3. Now, we and I assume that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which means wave 3 ended here. What this means is that I have to use that as my zero reference point, yeah, And of course, the bottom down here as my 100% correction. So the 15% get us around the 37K or so, okay? Which is an important level to remember. But you might say, well, dude, we're not there yet. We've corrected and we're moving up. Well, you might be right. I still see this as a 3, okay? Because it could be a case where, you know, this is at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that would be a wave 5 over here. That would be like an ending diagonal. But, you know, that's for an ABC. I don't like this for an ABC because it looks impulsive rather than anything else. But just in case, what we will have to do in this scenario, okay, is obviously move our Fibonacci up here, which means, you know, our 15% or so of Fibonacci will be around the previous bottom, and that will make a very nice double bottom. But this is not what I'm exploring today. I'm exploring the highest probability counts, and that comes, of course, with many years of experience. Which means what I'm looking at here, guys, is similarly to the Ethereum, ABC, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called an expanded flat, okay? And that, guys, I am suspecting is a very good scenario, has very good probabilities simply because of the structure over here. That's the move on the downside. The 38.2 Fibonacci expansion brings us exactly to that high over here, which means this is wave B. This is A, this is B, above the previous 38.2. And now we expect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to be an expanding flat, and this expanding flat is going to get us to 35,539 because this is the 61.8 Fibonacci expansion of waves A and B, right? Extension, actually, let's call it. So, is this the case? If that's the case, that means that we're going to get that being a wave 1. This is a wave 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. And we end down here, and then we shoot higher. If, though, by the way, we should higher, excuse me, when I say we should higher, I mean we'll go to 110K for wave 5, because this is the 138 Fibonacci extension of waves 1 up to wave 3 and down to wave 4, assuming wave 4 ends at 35,539. 108 next. Now, we also have a probability because we see 1, 2, well, I will go closer to show you, but this could be a 5-wave impulse on the downside, which ended around the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement of this move. Okay, so we did the 38, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here, that's the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement. And then we'll move up. That means, guys, we are done over here and dusted, and we're going to head higher. Okay, and what this also implies is that we have a better target on the upside. Actually, I don't want to say better, but let's say larger, because better is wrong. Where that will take us is around 142K. Okay, so I don't really believe that because it's higher, you know, we should be really more cautious and put a lower target. It's because this is what the structure shows. Okay, now let me just go a little bit closer in the 1 hour and explain to you why I think we might not be done on the downside. First of all, we can clearly see, yeah, that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's only 2 scenarios that we can have here, right? One, this is 1 and 2, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the 3, the 4, and the 5. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, and what we can see is that if we take our Fibonacci retracement tool from the top down all the way to that bottom, look at this. We are heading higher, if we do head higher, and we just done the 53.16, 38.2 break the 50 is next, and then the 57 is again next, and then the 60-50 next. So we need to take those into, how it should be really 38.2, 56, 278 Fibonacci retracements. Assuming we're moving lower, a bounce there and continuation. Yeah, which means it's going to be wave 3, then 4 and 5, down to 35, 539. Now, there is also another scenario that doesn't see this as a multi-structure move on the downside. And what this means is that there is more chances of us moving lower. Why? Because, guys, in this move over here, we need a 5-wave move, right? And we've got 7 waves here. It's very rare that wave C of an expanding flat, it's a multi-structural move. If it's a multi-structural move, it means that it's going to expand further than the minus 61.8, which means we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down here, and that would expand then, to the 1618 or whatever. So I think the probability here of this pattern that we just show, that the multi-structural move is not as good as the one I'm going to show you now. And the one says what? And it's very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wave 1. And look at this. 1, 2, 3. Boom. What is this? Some of you may be asking. This, guys, is wave 2 of this move on the downside. I'm going to get 3, 4, and 5. And what is this? Is again another flat, but this time this flat is opposite to the direction that we were looking before, right? So look at this. A, B, C, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that looks like an ending diagonal as well. And brings us exactly to the 61.8. On the downside, the extending wave B is around the 1, 2, 3, 6, which is fairly, respected, even anything below. But what we really care about is the fact that it didn't go below the 138.2. So it's still a valid scenario. So here's what I says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only if we break above the very short term 54K, okay, I will then consider that this is 1, 2, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5, and that's the one. And in that case, again, as I said before, we need to look at the Fibonacci retracement. Okay, and which one I'm going to look is the 50 and the 61.8 and the 78.6. Those are the barriers that you should, guys, be looking. Okay, if we break 54, we'll go to 55, 38, 57, 58, 60, 86, and then the other top. Now, all good so far, all clear so far, yeah, but we did 2 scenarios, expanding flat, running flat. You may say, well, what if wave 3 is up here, mate, And as I said before, it's very possible that we ended here in 3, and this is like ABC or WX and Y, which means that WX and Y completed, even as a running flat or as a whatever case, even if the 3 is up here, what we do know is that we have a very good support at this level down here and a fresh low. And so far, guys, we do have a very nice impulse on the upside. Okay, this is 1, 2, this is 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the diagonal. Continuation on the upside for wave 3, but we need to break above that trend line or the 5-wave move of this expanding flat that is going to take us to a 5-wave move of the downside. So the moment we see 5 waves unrolling over here, start becoming cautious, okay? We mean long waves, right? Because I don't wanna see something like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you tell me, that's it, we're turning, and then we move up, because that's a B, guys. A B and a C, okay? Only when we break, when we cut closer to the 49 or even back below 50, I will start looking at the chances of this becoming an expanding flat increasing. Okay, and don't forget guys, we are looking at this channel between waves. Hold on, let's go a little bit further out. We're looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, the minor degree, and we are in the minor degree as we speak. What we're looking is the minor degree. You have realized that, right? So this is what we're looking: A, B, and C. Either finished, or we're going higher, and higher, or we're gonna go lower. We are in C. We're in the minor degree. So we really need to look at this channel, because this channel is the minor degree channel, guys. Yeah. If we don't break back within that channel and then break that trend line, I'm not convinced about the upside. And then you might also add that onto the equation. You know, what if we just move up impulsively, but we stop here and then moved on? This is also possible. All I'm telling you, there are no rules, guys. We are in the markets, cryptocurrencies, you can expect anything. What I'm telling you is that what is often seen based on certain relationships that market structure is giving us. Okay? So that's going to be all for today. Take care, trade safe, and if you don't know what you're doing, it's better to stay out. Stay safe rather than be sorry. Okay? If you're holding for the long term, you shouldn't care about what's happening intraday. Okay? So stay relaxed, sit back, enjoy the ride, because one way or the other, Bitcoin is not just going to stop here. Okay, thanks for watching. If you do like that video, appreciate by just liking the actual video, leave a comment. I try to be responsive and respond to all your questions. And also, guys, do not forget that this video is done because it was voted on our community section under the YouTube channel. So make sure to visit that section often, so that you participate in such opportunities and you get a vote on what pair I'm going to explore next, or whatever you want to ask. Actually, you know, I'm happy to do a poll for, well, as long as there is some sort of community vote, some support, some majority, you know, I'm happy to do a vote for anything that you might ask. Okay, guys, so thanks a lot for watching. Turn the notifications on, and we'll speak again very soon. Bye.